Well, hello, my loves, and welcome back to another episode of So Alli. We are back. We are better than ever. I have officially moved to Sydney, hence the different and new setup, but I'm so stoked to be sitting here today talking to you guys about something that is taking up at least 80% of my brain at the moment. And that is the lovely topic of being 28 or still in your late 20s and still being single. The good news is I'm not 30 yet. Now, before anyone and everyone comes for me, being single is not just the problem. The problem is trying to date in 2026 when everyone has access to everyone and anything at any given moment at any point in time. When in my eyes, we're all connected more than we ever could be. So why is no one putting in any effort? I don't know if I'm the only one that's feeling this at the moment, or if we all just have a lack of motivation to pursue things or like work on a real connection with someone. But in my recent experience, it's proving difficult. Oh, my brother is texting me. What are you up to? I want to show you something. I'm filming a podcast, brother. Let me send him a voice note. Hold on. What up? I am just in the middle of recording a podcast, so I can give you a call when I'm done. Love you. I really should put my phone on silent when I do these things. So if any of you guys are in the same boat, if you're in your 20s, in your late 20s, if you're single, dating, situation, shipping, healing from past relationships, if you're done and have dived deep into every single dating app, which I actually haven't. And now that I've moved to a new city, guys, is this something that I should be doing? I was on Raya, which has kind of sucked actually, because every single person that I match with doesn't live in the country. So how's that going to help me? So let me know if dating apps is a bandwagon I should jump on. I'm hesitant. But there have been many success stories. And I guess this doesn't even just apply to being in your 20s, your late 20s and still being single. It applies to the 30s and the 40s and the 50s, because I feel like it's like an epidemic. People are breaking up, losing relationships, can't find real connections. So I thought in today's episode we could break it down into a few steps and just unpack it a little. And don't get me wrong, I'm not going to sit here and pretend that I haven't had multiple meltdowns about this in the past week. It's something that I'm still navigating through life, about being single, feeling lonely sometimes, working on yourself, having healed past relationships, and still not having found the one. So I really want this episode to feel inspirational, motivational, but real and raw. Let's get into it. First of all, I wanted to talk about the pressure of timelines, because I know everyone, just like me, when you're scrolling through Instagram at the moment, especially because it's Euro summer, everyone's getting married. There's a proposal every 3 posts. Someone's having a baby. It's flooded. We are constantly fed with friends, family, acquaintances, all the above, jumping to all these big milestones. And it's wonderful. I love seeing the celebrations. I love seeing it all. Meanwhile, I'm sitting here on my couch watching, what's that show? The new movie on Netflix, Voicemails to Isabel, and waiting for some guy to text me back and drinking wine, feeling fine. The only things I'm celebrating in love at the moment would be if a guy responded to me within 24 hours. But I'm so happy, of course, for everyone that I see coming through my feed, because believe me, it's everything that I want too. And I know it's coming for my future. But fuck, it can be frustrating sometimes when you're just sitting in bed, scrolling, and you're like, yep, another one bites the dust. My person's out there somewhere. And I think when we're sitting down and scrolling, you may be flooded with a bunch of different emotions. It could be sadness, happiness, joy, jealousy. You could feel lonely, all the above. We have to try to avoid comparison, because you can celebrate others without questioning your own path, I think. And that's what I'm slowly starting to learn. But yeah, I have my meltdowns and then I'm like, nope, I'm on the right path. And I'm like up and down and up and down. But at the moment, all this weird shit's been happening in my life and the universe has been doing insane things. So I really am attempting to trust the timing of my own path. And you should too. And I understand that society might expect, women to be married and having children by a certain age. And I understand that there's a lot of factors that come into play there with different bodies and different relationships and whatnot. But like I said, everyone's timeline is different. Just because someone found the one in high school or at 20 or 21 or 24, it doesn't mean that you've missed yours at 28 or 35. They're out there somewhere. And this is something that I'm becoming much more okay with, because I see a lot of people that may have settled down too early or thought they found the right person and it crashes and burns. Success rate these days hasn't been going very good, especially in the later part of life. When you're older, you get married, you jump to the milestones, you have kids, and then life becomes real, or you get married and it fails. So I have to trust the journey that I'm on, because when the right person comes along, I'll be totally and wholly me, and the relationship can't be anything but bound for greatness. What am I even saying? That really depends on the other party too, though. Number 2, I want to talk about being happy while you're still single, because I think it's a beautiful time to fall in love with yourself and your own company, your own routines, your hobbies, your work, things that make you happy. But I mean, don't get me wrong, like it can be pretty lonely, and I've been pretty fucking lonely lately. But I have spent a lot of time alone, which I think only sets me up for a beautiful relationship in the future. And I've had so much fun just being single and falling in love with myself. I mean, like lately I've been singing and dancing in the rain down to the grocery store. I smile at cute strangers that get off the train and look back at them in hopes that they look back at me, like in these rom-coms that I've been watching. And that actually did happen the other day. I got off the train in Bondi and this guy walked past and I sort of smiled at him, and then he smiled back, took a few steps forward. I looked back and he was looking back, and then I turned away and kept walking, and then he looked back again 3 times. And then I was like, is this the moment where you're supposed to like run back to that person and be like, hey, can I get your number or what? Like, so I just think you miss every chance that you don't take, and maybe I missed that chance, and I guess he did too. But it's fun, and they're the fun things about being single, and I have been absolutely loving that lately and found so much beauty in just embracing the now. And I think too, me moving to a new city, it gives you an extra spark. Like I've got this extra spark in my stomach, and I keep telling everyone, like if you have thought about moving, if it's capable for you, to anywhere that you desire, you absolutely can, and just do it, because life is too short. The world is so big. So try not to just settle for less in your hometown because that's what everybody else is doing. And I feel like I've had such a fulfilled life already doing that and moving countries at such a young age, and changing your environment and getting out and about, even if it's just for a little bit, can make a huge difference. So yeah, it does feel amazing finding that happiness when you're single, because you don't feel like you need the validation of someone else for your own happiness. So then when the right person comes along, you're already happy, you've already got your life on track, and then they come together with you and it expands the happiness, and then it's double the happiness and everybody wins. I honestly didn't write too much down for this episode because I was like, I think I'm just going to end up sitting here and ranting. Like I've got bullet points, but I'm not sticking to the script. But hey, that makes it fun. Okay, but let me see what we have for number 3. Oh yes, number 3, the illusion of infinite options. And I mentioned this at the start of the episode. I think and truly believe what makes dating in our generation so hard and so difficult is because everyone knows there could potentially be someone else, someone better, someone hotter, someone different, only a scroll or a swipe away, without even giving an initial chance to someone that you might feel something towards. I think instead of people really investing their time in someone, everyone's just shopping, which is so annoying. Number 4, I wanted to talk about something a little bit different, and that is success before settling down. So I'll read this one off my little palm card just so I get it right, but I think it's an important one to discuss, because I think that we're living in a time where women are definitely like finally realizing that you don't have to just choose between love and your own dreams and love and your own ambitions, where a lot of people would just settle for the man with the good job without really truly finding what burns their soul. What burns their soul? I don't know. What sets their soul on fire? I'm so stupid. But I think for so long we've been told that there's a timeline that we need to follow. But what I've learned in my 20s, like what if your 20s are actually meant for you and for you to build the life of your own dreams? Because I have definitely spent mine. I mean, I've had a lot of ups and downs, and been in some great relationships, been in some really, really shitty ones. But I've also spent it chasing opportunities and traveling and taking risks and investing time into myself, which I think is a massive win. And while I haven't found my forever person yet, I've found independence, confidence. I've found beautiful experiences in my life and been through amazing things that I wouldn't change for the world. The right relationship won't stop you from living your life. You'll just merge together and it'll fit right into the life you've already created for yourself, girl. I actually just went to brush my hair because I'm looking like a bit of a sweaty mess. I'm back. So let's move on to number 5, and that is the freedom of your 20s. So like I mentioned earlier, one of the greatest fucking gifts of your 20s is that you have the freedom to travel, to move cities, chase opportunities, fuck up, make mistakes, and you can completely reinvent yourself if you want to at any given time, because you can. Like, this is the perfect example of free will. These years of our lives shouldn't just be solely focused on finding who that someone else is. It's about finding yourself, learning who you are really deep down when nobody else's expectations are shaping the decisions you make in your life. Lately, I definitely feel like I've felt like not having all the answers can feel quite scary, and you can feel really uncertain about your future. But I think there is something kind of exciting about not knowing what's coming next. And if you're doing all the right things in your life, then things will just fall into place. And if you're looking after yourself and following your dreams, and this is genuinely something I'm still learning. Like, I literally have to tell myself that every day to believe it, because I have days where I feel so down and I don't believe in myself and I don't know what's happening, and it doesn't always feel nice. Like yesterday, for instance, I wanted to film this and I woke up really down and flat and sad and cried in the shower all morning because I was uncertain about things and didn't know about what was to come for my future, feeling lonely without a partner, in a new city with not many friends. And so I just gave myself the day. I just took some time to stop and slow down, and I had an early night. I watched a movie and I woke up this morning in a much better mood and feeling super optimistic about my future. So it's okay to have those ups and downs. You can probably tell that I did spend some time crying yesterday because my eyes are probably like super red. But you know when you cry a lot and your eyeballs like really hurt for like 3 days? I don't know if you can see it, but I can feel it. Number 6, I feel like this is something that everyone can relate to right now, and I think that is social media has completely ruined mystery. It's ruined the mystery and the fun and the unknowing when you're getting to know someone new, because before social media, back in the day, you'd meet someone, you'd slowly get to know them. You'd have to put in a lot of effort to even catch up with them. Like for me, I love hearing stories from my grandparents about how they met and how they fell in love, and same with my parents and how they met and how they fell in love. The beautiful love stories that were. But now, before you even go on a first date, you've seen all their exes. You know exactly what they like and what they don't like, what they do for work. You've seen their holiday photos. You've seen their pets, their gym routine, their mum's comments on their photos. Nothing is a fucking surprise anymore. And I'm finding it really annoying. And that's what I don't love about dating in our generation, because I feel like everyone can just stalk and gather information instead of building like a really human, felt, genuine connection with passion that's found organically. And like, can we talk about the story likers? I mean, come on. The people who might follow you, they watch and like every story, but they couldn't possibly send you a text. They couldn't possibly ask you out. Like, I think I've said this in one of my other podcasts. I feel like I have been the one to make moves in terms of my last few flings and whatnot. Like, but how nice would it be if a guy could just ask you out? Like, how hard is it to just say, hey, I want to take you for dinner, or let's go for a fucking walk on the beach. It's cheesy. Let's go for coffee. What are you doing tomorrow? Let's do something. Because I don't know about you guys, but I am having no luck because no one is doing that to me. So I think social media has created this weird like illusion of closeness. Like once you start the talking phase and you're sending pictures and you're doing whatever, but without actually feeling those initial feelings of intimacy, which I feel like that's the best part. You don't have to DM someone for weeks before you can say, hey, want to hang out. How good would it be if there was that initial attraction and you're like, okay, I can ask that person all these questions in person. Wouldn't that be so much more fun? Number 7 is we're all terrified of rejection. And I wrote that down with a question mark. Why are we all terrified of rejection? That's how love goes, right? You've got to go. You've got to put yourself out there. You've got to date someone. If they don't like you, it's not meant to be. If you fuck it up, it's okay. People fuck up. Sometimes really awkward, funny first dates can be some of the best love stories in the end. Yeah, I think one of the biggest problems in modern dating is that everyone's become really scared of rejection, whether that's online, if no one replies to your message, or whether that's in person. If you're in a coffee shop and you think someone's cute, or at a bar and you're too scared to approach them because you're not sure if they'll say no or if they have a partner. But where are you going to get in life if you don't try? And also, why did somewhere along the way, did caring become embarrassing? Like when did caring become not cool? Because in my mind, it's always been cool. I'm just getting tongue-tied now because I'm on the most crazy rant. In my experience and people that I've talked to, I think everyone tries to be too nonchalant, the whole nonchalant movement, where I think chalant is so in. Chalant is so back. Don't be the person that takes 7 hours to reply when you've just started talking to someone. Unless you're busy, then that's completely different. But if you're doing it on purpose and pretending that you're not interested just to see if they're going to give you anything back, it's so annoying when people just act like they're like, could take it or leave it. And then you just assume they were probably talking to a bunch of other people too. So circling back, caring is cool. Chalant is so fucking cool, bro. Telling someone you like them is cool. Why do we need to play it cool when we're all secretly hoping for connection? Let's just give it a chance. I'm losing light, and because I'm in Sydney, I don't have my full setup, so I don't have any lights, so it's going to slowly get darker. My apologies if you are watching this on video. But I wrote down, the reality is nobody wins when 2 people are interested, but both are pretending not to be. We spend so much time trying to protect ourselves from rejection that we stop giving people the chance to actually get to know us. Maybe the bravest thing you can do in dating today isn't acting like you don't care. It's being honest enough to admit that you do. Because I care a lot and I'm so chalant and I'm so open with my feelings. Maybe that's been to my detriment. Like maybe I have a severe case of TMI and that's why things haven't been working out for me. But I don't like to play games. I don't like to try different tactics. I just want to be honest about someone and towards someone if I feel something. My God, we are firing through this episode because I'm talking a million miles per hour. I obviously needed to get this all out. But number 8, in following that, I think I did touch on this in my 20 Things I've Learned in My 20s episode, but I want to reiterate it because it's important, and that's comparison is the thief of joy, like big time. Never forget that Instagram and social media is everybody's highlight reel. Yes, when people get engaged and get married, it's very exciting. They're buying houses. But you cannot compare yourselves to them. But also, don't forget to remind yourself when everything looks rosy and beautiful is that everyone's relationship has challenges. You just don't see them online. And here's the thing. Being single shouldn't just feel like you're in a waiting room for the rest of your life. Like this is your life to go and grab by the balls. Did I actually just have to say grab by the balls? I could have said something a bit cuter than that. But like your life is happening right now. Your friendships, your travel, career moves, all these memories you're making, they're happening and unfolding right now. So this is your life. So go and fucking get it. And yeah, back to the moral of this one, number 8, comparison is the thief of joy. Stop comparing your journey to someone else's because, like I always say, you're not behind. You're just on a different timeline. And I wrote this episode today not to be preachy to you guys and just try to be motivational because I wrote this because this is everything that I also need to hear as well. So me writing it felt like I was in a therapy session, to be honest. Number 9, and I really like this one. This is what being single has taught me. And as much as I joke about still being single at 28, it's okay because the truth is it has taught me some of the most valuable lessons of my life. How to move on and get over maybe any toxic patterns that I had in my past relationships and in my life. I've learned how to take myself out for dinner, travel alone and make big decisions on my own and create something for myself that feels full even if there's a partner in it or not. Even though that would be really nice now. Okay. This is an important one because it's also taught me that loneliness and being alone are two completely different things, because some of the loneliest people I have ever met are actually in relationships. And some of the happiest people I know are single. And most importantly, what being single has told me as of late, being single has taught me to raise my standards. Because when I was younger, I think I was more focused on just finding someone rather than spending time to find the right someone. Someone who adds to my life, not just someone who just fills up space in it and causes me trauma. Okay? Because when you have spent time building a life that you actually love, you are for sure a lot less willing to settle for something that doesn't feel right. And maybe to sum this section up, that is the biggest lesson of all, because I'd rather wait for something real than rush into something just because everyone else is doing it. It's getting dark in here, so I need to wrap this up. Okay, number 10. I thought this was a nice one to wrap it up on, and that is just on, I guess, the mental health and the feeling of self-worth during this time, if you are like me and going through what I'm going through at the moment. So just remember, your relationship status should never determine your self-worth. Make sure you remind yourself that being single doesn't mean you're less lovable, less successful, or less worthy of anyone else that's in a relationship. You are so lovable and so worthy of everything that you have ever dreamed of, and the world is big enough to go and get it. It definitely takes a toll, I think, on your mental health when you get constantly asked by people, you know, are you single? Do you have a partner? You know, like, why is that one of the first things we say to someone when they meet them? Like, if you're just meeting someone out at an event or at a party or on the street, it's like, it seems to be a very common question, but you're not defined by that. But in terms of my mental health and my confidence, it has definitely come from me starting to build a life that I feel proud of, and that's outside of dating. But I'm human. I fuck up sometimes. I've made a million mistakes, but I am 100% learning to be okay with them because it's completely shaped me. So following what I just said, my career, my friendships, my passions, my personal growth, and things that I achieve when nobody is watching is what truly has been making my soul happy at the moment. Because at the end of the day, the relationship you have with yourself is the longest one you're ever going to have. So you may as well feel fucking happy in it. Sorry about all the F-bombs. But a beautiful partner can and will add so much life and love and happiness to your life, but they don't have to be responsible for creating it. I saw this quote the other day and it says, being chosen by someone else isn't what makes you valuable. Knowing your own value is. I think that was great. And I read that when I needed it most. Sorry, I've been stopped in my tracks. My little brother just sent me a bunch of photos of him out partying at Mr. Fantasy's album launch last night. So sick. Oh, who's calling me right now? Oh, it's Tom. Hey.
I'm away to the club.
You what?
The car driving itself.
I'm in the middle of recording a podcast and I just said, oh, I just stopped. I just had to stop and see that my brother's sending me pictures of him partying at Mr. Fantasy's thing last night. And then I was like, who the fuck is calling me right now? And then I'm like, oh, it's Tom. And then I just put you up to the microphone and you're like, I'm on the way to the club.
Computer, take me to the club.
Oh, he's got it. Look, he's got a robot driver.
Computer, take me to the club.
Well, what club are you going to?
No vacancy.
Oh, hell yeah. Have fun.
Somewhere in Hollywood, the clanker taking me to the club. I love the big 26.
What's the big 26?
The big 2026.
Oh, the big 26.
Big 26.
Yeah, we'd be loving it.
Big 26, we got clankers ripping us to the club. Alright, I'll leave you to recording.
Alright, I'm almost done. That's a good ending. Love you. Have fun.
Thanks.
Bye. Guys, that was my little brother Tom in a self-driving car on the way to the club. Let's get back to it. Where was I? Oh, that leads me to my outro, and good timing because this camera is about to turn very dark. So I guess all in all, I hope this episode has helped you as much as it's helped me just sitting here on the couch and talking shit about this, because maybe these single years for us aren't punishment. They shouldn't feel lonely. They could be potentially the preparation for a beautiful future with the right person, no matter who, what, where, and when. Because deep down, I know that when I do meet the right person, whoever that may be, I will be meeting them at my happiest, healthiest, and most fulfilled version of myself. So if you're 28, 38, 48, 58, any age that you're single at right now, remember you are not behind. You are not failing. You are not running out of time. And please, please, please don't let social media convince you otherwise, because it's so easy to get caught in that trap. So to wrap this up, I think my advice for you guys is to keep building your life. Keep saying yes, 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 yes. Like Tom said, he's so here for the big 26. The year of 2026 is the year of saying yes, and keep becoming the person that you're proud of. And who knows, maybe your future husband or wife is also currently being ghosted by someone right now. And on that note, thank you so much, babes, for listening to that episode of So Alli. I feel like that was a really fun one. And remember, trust the timing of your life. I love you, and stay tuned for more episodes coming very soon. Until next time on So Alli. The real question is, what am I going to do tonight now? It's Saturday night and your girl's single. Bye.